And good morning, and we're back with another edition of Magicman in the Morning. This is episode 12. I'd like to thank Gerald Glassford and George Sorrow for holding down the fort, making sure the house didn't burn down, and it was a great show. I enjoyed it. Gerald had his glass of orange juice, which I appreciate. I am ready with my cup of coffee. And it's morning somewhere. It's afternoon here, but it's morning somewhere. It's morning out in the West Coast for pretty much every one of my Laker friends, other than the ones who live in the Far East and in Zagreb. And we've got a great following in Eastern Europe, and we also have a great following in Brazil. So I'm not sure if Jew Pow is around, but awesome, man. Thanks for all the well wishes, for all the encouragement, and the channel keeps growing. So please hit the like and subscribe button as you're watching the video, and let's get started. So it's Game Five preview. It's a huge game tonight. Um, as the series shifts back to San Francisco, we find that the Lakers won both home games, won Game Three pretty handily, and Game Four was a bit of a slugfest, but they managed to pull through and just gut it out. It was a great victory. We all feel good about it, and so now we shift back, and you know, throughout the four games, Golden State has really tried to throw just about everything but the kitchen sink at us. What's up, PMC? What's up, Daniel? Yeah, Warriors are facing elimination tonight. I believe the last time um, was in 2021, I believe, because they had the crappy season, then they ended up winning the championship. So uh, I think this should be the throat slit tonight, guys. I think we need to come out with the attitude that we're just gonna take it tonight. Like, do your best because, like I said, Golden State's done everything but throw the kitchen sink at the Lakers defense, particularly AD, and they had success in game 2, and Steph really was cooking in game 4, but he has not been able to get anybody else going, even when they spam the hell out of the pick and roll. So I expect them to just spam the hell out of whatever works tonight, whatever they find working, and they're gonna basically try and do everything but but the kitchen sink, right? They'll snake pick and roll, they'll spam, they'll side it, they'll try and make us make quick decisions, right? Because we've made Steph make quick decisions. I almost half expect them to maybe not even run pick and rolls. Like Steph will run or drive right to the rim, often not even an action that's set yet. Like they're desperate, so we need to play desperate too. I would play I would play everybody to the hilt tonight because I something tells me that Draymond Green is going to uh, have a temper tantrum tonight and get himself kicked out. Like if the Lakers are up like 10, 15 points middle of the second quarter, and it's just not going their way, he'll definitely try and pull like a Bubba Wells on Rodman and pick up like 6 fouls in like 3 minutes just to get out of there because like what and it's not the fact that he's deterred by what's happening. He's just frustrated because uh they haven't really played well all year. Spurts here and there. They suck on the road, despite what people want to say about the first round. That was the Sacramento Kings. Who cares? You're crappy on the road. You proved it again, and now it's time to just drive that stake right through their heart. That's what I want to see. I want to see that stake driven right through their heart, so they can't have any oxygen. Just bury them alive tonight. Um, Adjustments, Lonnie Walker needs to keep playing. Obviously, we need that punch that Lonnie gives. D'Lo, D'Lo needs to play better. I mean, he doesn't need to be uh, cuckoo bananas from three, but he needs to be slightly more efficient. Um, the big issue I think is that um, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell have yet to have a game where they have been on from the tip to the final horn. Hasn't happened. D'Lo's played well in the first half, and then Reeves has played well in the second half, or vice versa, or they each switch quarters. I'd like to see a game where they're both consistent from tip to horn, and LeBron and AD can rest tonight. Golden State's going to come out with see. You'd think they come out with a killer instinct tonight, but I'm not so sure. People like Greenberg want to speculate. Well, maybe the Lakers should just rest their starters for Game 5. And as Joe said, that's probably the most ridiculous, absurd, asinine, just dumbass thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you cannot decide to just flippantly give up playoff games. Just flippantly decide, yeah, you know what, we're not good tonight. We'll just get a next game. There might not be a next game for you if you have that attitude. And we saw that last night. We saw it last night. You know, I happen to not hate a lot of things in life. Like, just that's a strong emotion. I hate the Boston Celtics. I hate them. I want them to lose every time they play. If they could finish 0-82, if it took 50 years to possibly win a title again, I could live with that if they had an 0-82 season. That's how petty I am about them. You guys suck. You're in front of your home crowd and you sucked up the joint. Hats off to Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers again. Lakers all day. But on a day when the Lakers aren't playing and the Boston Celtics are, I'll always root for the team playing against them. So go Sixers. That was a marvelous performance by Embiid. Normally he doesn't really handle double teams well, but especially against Boston. But he handled them very well last night. Made very quick decisions. Either shot it on the nail or from 18 feet, or he decided he was going to pass it out. And the Celtics just crapped the bed. Normally people wouldn't be overtly concerned, right? But you drop a must-win game pretty much at home, and now you're going back to Philly, and those fans are going to be jacked. So I hope that Philly just takes them out tomorrow night at the Spectrum Center and just eliminates them, because I am so sick of hearing praise for a team that's basically been playing 500, 600 ball since about mid-March. Like, they're 10-10 at home in the playoffs over the last two seasons. This postseason, the Lakers are 5-0. We haven't lost at home yet, and they're 500 at home. So they haven't taken care of business. I love it. I really don't care if we play them in the finals or not. I don't care who we play. That's the thing about me. I don't. I as a historian, I understand the greatness and the prowess and the prolific rivalry that is the Celtics and the Lakers. But I don't have some romantic fantasy about possibly seeing them in the finals for number 18. I don't care who we play, just as long as we win. It doesn't matter who we play. I don't think it matters our opponent right now. I mean, we're playing at such a high level and we're going 9, 10 deep right now that I don't care who we play, really. It doesn't matter. Good morning, Stell. Thanks for showing up, guys. And as we look to the other series, I mean, Denver just kicked the crap out of Phoenix last night. They literally just smashed them. Yeah, Nikola Jokic, just another record that he passes Wilt Chamberlain on. I mean, it's a series, right? It's a 7-game series. It's a game to game adjustment, and like Phoenix is just finding it really hard to game plan for Nikola Jokic night to night. One night here, sure. One night there, sure. But and Phoenix is a shell of their former selves, guys. That four man lineup that they had before the playoffs started, they had Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. So that foursome, it was smoke and mirrors, really. They had over 122 offensive rating, about 100 defensive rating, playing together. It was all smoke and mirrors. Aiton's on his way out. Like it looks like he doesn't even want to play. Um, he's averaged 21 point. He's averaged only over 20 points so far in 11 playoff games, and you're giving him 35, 36, 30. Remember, when Phoenix swung the series, it wasn't Ayton on the floor with KD and Booker. It was Jock Landale, and Landale only got 7 minutes last night. So Monty Williams is just trying to hedge his bets and think that at some point DeAndre Ayton's going to play well. If he doesn't play well in Game 6 or 7, Phoenix doesn't stand a chance. I mean, they really don't. It doesn't matter how good Booker and KD have been playing. There is just no. Both of these teams have the trash interior defense, just straight up trash, garbage, and we should have no issues killing either one of these teams in the paint if we happen to see either one of them, because they are trash in the interior, and we will just cut them open. So depending on which team wins this series, they need huge, huge, huge contributions from their big men coming up, because the Lakers have a master of defense. I mean, AD is the master of D. Um, this guy is pretty much a master classman, a master strategist, a master thinker, a master adjuster. He has basically given the Warriors a choice. He's saying, I'm playing optimally at 100%, and I'm doing everything I can to prevent you from getting what you want. So on those spam pick and rolls that Steph was running, if you go back and watch Game 4, AD's not allowing any maneuverability or any room for the roll, like none. Like he's covering up that space real quick, like an F-35, and then he's causing shooters like Green, both Greens, and DiVincenzo to hesitate to shoot. So it's just been a masterclass in him being able to be at two places at once. A lot of people thought that he wouldn't be able to do that, but somehow, some way, he's been able to be both the monster and the shadow in this series defensively when he's focused. You know, that's a far cry to game plan for when you have to game plan for the Kraken and the Shadow. It's difficult for them. I think that one thing that's pretty evident is that the Lakers, and particularly Darvin Ham, have found an adjustment where they're forcing Steph to spam pick and roll rather than go use Kerr's motion offense. Now, Kerr can say whatever he wants, but he would prefer that the Warriors keep moving the ball because that usually ends up getting one or two guys going. Not so much. Not so much. Steph is getting crumbs from Anthony Davis in game 4 in the paint. So he was able to find, five or six guys and get average, over 10 assists, but nobody really got going. And that's the point, is Anthony's able to now navigate between cutting off the roll and making shooters hesitate. That's difficult to game plan for, especially when you're a small team. Like, eventually, Golden State was going to run into a situation like this, whether it was in the Eastern Conference with Giannis or Embiid or the Celtics, or they were going to run into a problem with Jokic or Anthony Davis. Like, I know a lot of people have thought that maybe the winner of this series would be the one to represent the West in the finals, and that may be true. But the fact of the matter is that I think Golden State, at best, was going to be a Western Conference Finals team, because I think whoever beat Golden State, whether it was the Lakers or the Suns and the Nuggets, their big men would just be able to eat them alive, because they can't match it. They can't match it. They're too small. They're too finesse. Uh, Playoff basketball, as much as people want to assuage the perception that somehow, because the style play is different, that means the intensity and the ferocity of the moment is different. That's not true. The playoff intensity is lit and is burnt in people's brains as ever before. The lights get a little brighter, gets a little hotter in that arena, get a little more tight, and some guys underperform. And that's just the way it is. It doesn't matter, right? Playoffs is about cutting off your time and your space. And Anthony's been able to do both 3 out of the 4 games in this series. And that's why we find ourselves on the brink, on the verge, and they're on the brink of elimination. And I think we end it tonight. Anthony, do not allow the Warriors to push you out of the paint. You're the man. You can dominate down low. And we've got a chance now to just have a week off, and let's dig deep, real deep tonight, and make sure that man can have a week off, because if he's able to have a week off with Darvin Ham and AD, he will be able to strategize. And man, it is so we are 5 wins away from an NBA Finals. We are 9 wins away from an NBA championship. It's almost ours. We just got to keep rolling. The job's not finished. Have to finish them off tonight. Tonight is the last dance for the Golden State Warriors. This is their last dance. Stell, I agree with you. I agree with you. If you can put a knife into their heart, you do it. You do it. Now, they're the champs. I expect most of them, if not all of them, come out fighting. So I would say it's 50-50. I'd say it's 50-50. I give us a good solid, like, 50-50 shot tonight. We're go we're I don't think we're heading into a bee's nest. Um I don't think so, but you got to be on your toes. Can't walk on eggshells though either. You got to it's a fine line here. You can't be too passive, but you can't be over aggressive. I think if we just play our game the way we've done our last 2 games, I think we'll be there in the fourth quarter. If we're within If we're within 5 to 7 points in the fourth quarter, or if we even have a lead, I feel really good about our chances to pull out a victory. But it has to start with attention to detail, right? We can't give them inches. They take you give them inches, they take miles. The Warriors are the best team in the NBA at taking advantage of your inattention and your lack of focus. They kill you over and over again. I just think I hope that when he starts rolling Stell and Steph will at some point in the game, that whatever spam pick and rolls they're running, there's a got to be a quick adjustment. That's what I'm seeing in Game 4 is that Ham and AD were able to quickly adjust because Steph was all over the floor. I half expect him to maybe go a little bit more left and try and get the Lakers in a lot of misdirection. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Just that split second of inattentiveness he can exploit. Yeah, Stell. Me too. Me too. I mean, we kind of all had our at all yeah, all had our misgivings and irritations about Dark Coach Ham and especially a lot of us with his rotations and especially with myself and you with his game management. But he's a different coach in the playoffs. Hats off to him. 100%. I agree. I think one of the big differences is that one aspect of our team and our organization that I think gets overlooked and doesn't get talked about enough as far as the outside is concerned is our scouting. We have top notch scouting, whether it's scouting for us or scouting against us. We've got some of the best scouts in the NBA, and Darvin Ham and the coaching staff have been able to take advantage of that as well. I think that's really underrated because the game plans from game to game have been very sly, very, very minute, right? But he's made almost all the right moves on the chessboard. And hats off to Coach Ham because he's really shown true colors that this man knows how to coach the game of basketball. A lot of people still don't want to give him his credit still, but screw him, screw him. He's one game away from a Western Conference Finals berth, and I'm really proud of the job he's done. It hasn't been easy, and he probably knew that coming into the year when he started the season with Russell Westbrook, not knowing how that situation would turn it around. Um, I have immense respect for the things probably got really heated in that locker room at times with egos. It's just the way it is in life. And for him to basically also keep everything within those four walls and not allow it to distract the team away from what we were trying to accomplish is also something to be admired. I mean, so this man is a good communicator on the court, and he's a great communicator off the court. And that's important as well. So, Stell, 100% agree with you. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit different. Look, I am so sick and tired of Steve Kerr's whining, but I can't overlook the fact that he's a very smart, very sly tactician, and he will try and figure out combinations of X's and O's and spam pick and rolls to just try and survive. Because at this point, that's what the Warriors mode is. It's survival mode. The Lakers technically aren't in survival mode, but we've been playing like we've been in survival mode for about 8 weeks. So it's not as if the Lakers are immune or unaware of what that feels like. They know exactly what it feels like. They can go back and remember what it was like in the play-in tournament with the Wolves, understanding the urgency there. So the Lakers need to answer the Warriors' survival mode projection because that's what they're going to project tonight. It's going to be all out, fall out. We are going down with the ship. They are going to bomb the hell out of us. That's what they live and die by. That's what they're going to live and die tonight. They're just going to try and air bomb us and beat us with a barrage of bombs. And we need to withstand it, and we need to understand that it's a 48-minute game too. All right. So in small periods, in 3 or 4 minutes, a game can be won and lost. But if you're there within 5 or 7 in the fourth quarter, it's anyone's game. Even in the playoffs, it's anyone's game. It used to be, with 3 minutes left, a 5 to 7 point lead was almost insurmountable. It was very difficult, but today, not so much. Not with the style of play, not with the type of confidence that the men in this league have to shoot. Uh, I look for a big game from Rui Hashimura. I think Rui's going to hit the boards really hard. Again, Kevon Looney is just a maniac on the boards. We need to negate his effectiveness, especially on the offensive side of the boards. He picked up 5 offensive rebounds in game 2, and although the Lakers at that point weren't feeling the effects of it, they felt it at the end because it was just a 48 slog of them just beating us on the boards, and I don't want to see that happen again. So I expect Rui to play really strong, very physical at the point of attack, and have a great game. And as we see still, if we ever close out this game versus Golden State, who do you want us to face in the Western Conference Finals, Denver or Suns? My personal opinion is Suns. They don't have bench players. That's a good point. That's a good point, Stel. The Suns do not have bench players, and it took desperation from Monty Williams just to empty his bench. And we saw it, Stell. It doesn't translate from game to game with them. They're lucky if they get a great bench performance once every 5, 6 games. So I'm with you as far as that's concerned. The Lakers just the Lakers are a deeper team than the Suns are. So it wouldn't it like as far as that's concerned, the Lakers would have a distinct advantage, especially defensively with the versatility they can throw at Phoenix. Yeah, Denver's a little bit of a different story. I think our guard play, either Schroeder or Austin Reeves would be a decent matchup against Jamal Murray. I think obviously AD would be on the Joker. Um, I'm not sure if you want LeBron and Rui on Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. I think that's a bit of that's touch and go. I'd have to see that because we've seen Michael Porter Jr. has really improved with putting the ball on the floor, being able to get to the rim rather than just be a standalone 3-point shooter off the break. I would favor playing the Suns as well, Stell. But like I said, I feel that both teams, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to players in this league because they're all very good. But the Suns and Denver just have really trash interior defense, and I just think we would cut either one of them up, like bleed them out. I think I think it would be too much to ask Michael Malone and or Monty Williams strategize in a 7-game series, especially with your poor interior defense. Like the big issue with the Suns is Monty Williams can't really rely on DeAndre Ayton for anything. And Denver's issue is that game to game, they're really not sure whether or not they have the defense to hang with people. Sometimes they leave their defense at home. So I would favor playing the Suns just by a hair still, but I feel confident that we could be either one of those teams. And as we move on, we also have another series, Game 5 between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. Shifts to New York. Similarly to the Lakers Warriors series, the Lakers took advantage of home cooking, won both games. Miami took care of home cooking, won both games. Game 3 was really a blowout, and while Game 4 was a little closer, it really wasn't. The story of this series is a stark contrast in styles. Um, the New York Knicks, very braggadocious, very peppery when it comes to their physicality and their ability to be able to get to the line. Haven't been able to do either one very well this series. Again, I credit Eric Spoelstra. Spo is, top 3 NBA head coach. I have respect for Tibbs, but Spo is just a tactician in a way where, he will take away what you do best, primary and secondarily, tertiary and quaternary. The things you do well that aren't at the top, in the middle, that's what he'll have you live with. But he will not allow you to exploit his team, given your strength. He's proven that time and time again. Look, I expect the Knicks to win tonight, but you never know. You never know. Miami could end this series tonight as much as the Lakers could end it tonight. What's up, Intel? All right, Barry. All right, I feel you. I know a lot. Conventional wisdom would tell you the Warriors got their ass red. Their ass is red, heading back to San Francisco. So they don't want to get a busted hide again. So you'd have to expect them to come out just blitzing away. I think that's true. And conventional wisdom would tell you that. I just have this feeling, Intel, that the Lakers are going to come out with the rude attitude. And if they come out with a rude attitude tonight, I don't think Golden State's going to like it very much when they come up against a brick wall. Because I have a feeling AD is just shutting down tonight. He is shutting the Warriors down. There will be no withdrawals from the bank of Anthony Davis tonight. I don't think so. I don't think the Warriors are going to be able to counter what he's been able to do. Stell asks, is the Knicks been disappointing or is Miami just a good team? Is it the time for the Knicks to move on from Randall? You know what, Stell? I think it's honestly a case of more the latter than the former. I just think that people underestimate the Heat's chemistry and their ability to just insert role players time and time again, whether or not you would think, the offense would take a dip with Tyler Hero going out with a broken hand, but Max Strus has just picked up the slack. And they also have Gabe Vincent, who I like very much. So hats off to the Heat because he's just been able to role players over and over again who play the the Miami way. It's a hard hat and bring your steel-toed boots. I think the Knicks tried to match that style. I just don't think they have the overall. Let's just be honest, right? I don't think they have a group of players who can play like playoff basketball. Like Josh Hart isn't afraid of the moment. Neither is Brunson. I think they need to move off Randall. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't think Julius Randall plays very well in the playoffs. I'm not sure what it is. If it's an intensity factor, if he just can't bring the same intensity in the regular season that he can in the playoffs. I would keep Mitchell Robinson. I think he's a well-rounded defensive player, just very limited offensively, right? And that's a reason Miami's been able to take advantage of him. I think eventually they will move off Randall and Stell. I think they will trade him in the offseason. I'm not sure like who's in need of him, but he will be sought after because they need they need something else there because they're not bringing the same kind of intensity that they brought in the quarterfinal series. It's just the playoffs are a different beast, even the intensity. So I I just don't think the Knicks are up to the task. Intel, yep, AD not selected to the all defense team is a joke. I know he missed quite a few games, but come on. I agree. I agree. I think they need to change that rule. I think Look, I think it's arbitrary that number that 56, 58. It's like, oh well, you have to play in at least 75% of the games. Look, I'm so sick of this crap. It should be, you know what? If you play 50 or more games, you should be eligible for all NBA awards and the accolades. Like KD missed like half the season, and people are still gonna put him on their All NBA team, right? Right? He missed almost half the season, and Kevin Durant is probably gonna get on an All NBA squad. Like it's ass backwards. It's ass backwards how they do it. Um, I don't like it personally, and not to mention, let's be honest, they like you rewarded Draymond Green as an all NBA second team defender. Are you kidding me? That team won 9 games on the road. And they at times they stunk defensively. So it's obvious that they don't even watch the games, most of them. I mean, for God's sakes, they put Dylan Brooks as a second team all NBA. Yeah, yeah. Let's ignore Giannis. Let's ignore Joel Embiid. Let's ignore, like, seriously, seriously, give me a break. Hassan says, let's close it out tonight. Go Lakers. I agree, brother. Let's close it out tonight. Let's close it out tonight. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think if we come out and we don't get punched in the face, Hassan, in the first 10 minutes, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm 50-50 right now. And like I said, if we head into the fourth quarter with the lead or we're only down 5 to 7 points, in game four, I'm feeling very confident that they will pull out a victory because I just think that it's time to turn out the lights. I want to sing that Dandy Down Meredith song one more time. Let me keep singing that Dandy Down Meredith song. If I sing it 4 times, that means we win the title, right? So if I've already sung it once, I want to sing it the second time tonight. Intel Wild says 80's defense of Curry at the end of that last play was fantastic. Yeah, it was, man. It was. He forced him to take really bad shots. Forced him to take really bad shots. Yacht, what's up? Thanks for joining us, Yacht. Yacht asks, what's your prediction tonight? Okay, so I'm predicting I'm predicting a Lakers win. I'm predicting a Lakers win. I think it goes to overtime. I think the Lakers win 116, 114 in OT. That's what I think it happens. I think this game goes to 5 quarters, and the Lakers gut it out with grit. With grit tonight. This is grit. This is a grit game. You gotta dig deep. This is the grit game. The closeout game is always the grit game. It's 5 yards in a cloud of dust. It's walking it in wet cement. It's walking on hot coals. That's what it takes to win a fourth game. I don't know if I can handle OT. I know a lot of people can't, but you know what, Intel, the way the series has just been going, one of these games is going to overtime. I just happen to think it's going to be tonight. I think the Lakers are going to pull it out because we got to have the Mamba mentality. Bring the Mamba mentality tonight. Mamba. It's Mamba time. Everybody brings the Mamba mentality tonight. We're going to win. So again, thanks for the watch, yacht. Hopefully you hit the like and subscribe button. And predicting a Lakers victory tonight in overtime, 116-114. I think they get a valiant effort from both LeBron and AD. Rui steps up, and I think for the first time all series, Austin Reeves and D'Lo have a great game, tip to horn. So let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers. I want to thank everybody for joining me for Magicman in the morning. It's been fantastic. Let's go Lakers. Close it out tonight. Just hammer them. Hammer them. The purple and gold reign will live on. And the Warriors' reign dies tonight. The Warriors' reign dies tonight. We'll see you after the post-game show, everybody. See you later.